Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, families and friends. Welcome to West Allegheny High School's Joe P. DiMcCullough Stadium for the annual commencement of our graduating class, the class of 2022. That's okay, we can applaud. On behalf of our building principals, Dr. Cheryl McCone, Dr. Kate Roach, Mr. Sam Taylor, and Mrs. Tony Baldanzi, we'd like to cover a few areas to allow tonight's event to be enjoyed by all. We ask you to please hold your applause for the graduates until the end so that everyone is able to hear the names being called. We ask that everyone remain seated during the ceremony, especially tonight with wet conditions. Please turn off your electronic devices such as cell phones or put them on vibrate to avoid disruption in the program. After the national anthem and Pledge of Allegiance, please remain standing until the JROTC color guard has marched off and the graduates are seated. At the conclusion of the ceremony, we ask that everyone remain seated until the graduates and administration have left the field. Please plan to meet everyone in your group outside the stadium at the conclusion of the ceremony. And should we need to leave the stadium for a weather emergency, which hopefully we don't, please follow the high school staff into the gymnasium. And lastly, we ask that when the video portions are playing to please quiet your conversations and allow the presentation to be viewed and heard by all. Ladies and gentlemen, we bring you the commencement of 2022, and we thank you and hope you enjoyed tonight's ceremony and the remainder of your evening.
Bright, sunshiny day. Think I can make it now, the pain is gone. All of the bad feelings have disappeared. Here is the rainbow I've been praying for. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. Bright, bright, sunshiny day. Look all around, there's nothing but blue skies. Look straight ahead, nothing but
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise for the presentation of our national color and remain standing for the national anthem. Our national flag, accompanied by the Marine Corps color, is presented today by members of the West Allegheny High School, United States Marine Corps Junior Reserve Officer Training Corps. Carrying the national color and commanding the color guard is Cadet Second Lieutenant Courtney Gordon. The organizational color is in the charge of Cadet Gunnery Sergeant Miles Reddish. The rifle bearers are Cadet Second Lieutenant Emma Fink and Gunnery Sergeant Nathaniel Elick. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem. I now invite Senior Class President Emily Saggio to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated.
Good evening and welcome. My name is Rob Ostrander, and on behalf of the Board of School Directors, I'd like to thank everyone for being here this evening. We were a little iffy earlier, but I think things have cleared up and we're going to be just fine. As we celebrate the West Allegheny graduating class of 2022, I'll keep my remarks brief so we can really get to the good stuff. Nobody really wants to listen to what I have to say. But I have a few important things that I'd like to go over and a few acknowledgments that I think are important. I want to take a moment to acknowledge a few folks before we get started. First off, I'd like to acknowledge the Board of School Directors for their hard work and dedication. Mrs. Debbie Mirich, Mrs. Tracy Kosis, Mrs. Tracy Pustover, Mr. George Bartha, Mr. Mark Rosen, Mr. Joel Collinear, Mr. Kevin Hancock, and Mr. Todd Cosinino. These folks volunteer their time, their talents, and their energy serving the West Allegheny School District, our students, as well as our communities. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'd also like to take a moment to thank Dr. Lippert, our entire central office administrative team, along with all of our school-based leaders sitting to my left, for all of their efforts and hard work throughout this year and all of the years in the past. So, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to take a moment to take this all in. It's a lot. It's an exciting time. I can remember back when I sat in a chair similar to this. It's one of those moments that will stay with you forever. So please take a moment to look around you and enjoy where we are. I'd like for each of you to consider something else while you're here this evening. Whether you realize it or not, everyone in attendance this evening has something invested in you. And they have invested their time, energy, and talents to help shape you into the young adult people that you are today. If you don't believe that everyone here has invested time and energy in you, you may not realize that all of these folks are here to celebrate you as individuals and as young people. All of the folks here tonight have played some role in getting you to where you are today. Some have been bigger roles, some have been smaller, but they've all helped you get to where you are this evening. In addition to all your family and friends, there's a particular group of individuals who I believe are at the forefront of this investment throughout your educational career that sometimes gets overlooked, or in our busy lives, we just don't give enough credit to. And that's our teachers. I think our teachers deserve an outstanding round of applause for all of their hard work and efforts that they do every single day. West Allegheny's teachers make us who we are. Nobody on this stage, nobody in our organization can take credit for the things that they do every day in the classroom. So what I'd like to ask the class of 2022 is to please rise, if you would, please. And join me in recognizing all of those teachers who have invested so much of their time, effort, a little patience every now and then, with all of us, with you, and with West Allegheny. We appreciate all that you do. Thank you very much. So if you see one, probably at Shop and Save, that's where we see most of the people when we're out and about. Please take a moment to thank them. Send them a note, text. Just let them know you appreciate the things that they've done. So thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2022. Let's get this party started. Oh, you can sit down.
Will our chorus go ahead and make their way up to the front for us, please?
All my troubles seem so far away. Now it looks as though they're here to stay. Oh, I believe in yesterday. Suddenly, I'm not half the man I used to be. There's a shadow hanging over me. Oh, yesterday came suddenly. Why she had to go, I don't know. She wouldn't say. I said something wrong, now I long for yesterday. Yesterday. Oh, such an easy game to play. Now I needed to hide away. Oh, I believe in yesterday. Why she had to go, I don't know. She wouldn't say. I said something wrong, now I long for yesterday. Love was such an easy game to play. Now I need a place to hide away. Oh, I believe in yesterday.
Hello. If you don't know who I am, my name is Gia Vaidya, and before I begin this speech, I would like to share a quote for you all to think about. 20 years from now, you'll be more disappointed by the things that you didn't do than by the ones that you did do. So throw off the bowlines, catch the trade winds in your sails, explore, dream, discover. This is from Mark Twain, and I want you all to ponder this because we're going to revisit this at the end. Good evening to family, friends, administrators, esteemed teachers and staff, and classmates, or should I say, West Allegheny's latest group of soon-to-be alumni. We are gathered here today to commemorate an event that only seemed to be occurring in the movies before now, graduation. The year 2022 was incredibly distant to us all. To our young sixth grade selves, the year that teachers began putting an emphasis on seemed almost futuristic. The number 22 soon began to show up everywhere, from beginning our student ID numbers, which we all totally remember, to ending our universal school usernames. 22 was something none of us could escape. Was 2022 a real year? What conditions would we be graduating under? How would we graduate? Would we even graduate? I could only imagine a world with flying cars, robot teachers, and the usual future cliche. But thankfully, here we are, still the same, give or take a few new inventions. And as we all celebrated the incoming year on December 31st, 2021, all I could feel was nervous excitement. 2022, it's here. Today, June 2nd, 2022 is a day of celebration. We have been working towards this day for 12 years. From taking numerous advanced classes, demonstrating continuous athletic achievements in nearly every sport, putting on show-stopping performances from our fall play to our yearly musical, and creating jaw-dropping art shown in our yearly art show, to participating in so many different extracurriculars. I'm so incredibly honored to call myself your classmate. Every single one of you has had amazing achievements, no matter how big or how small. And as we all go our separate ways across the country, whether to New York, California, Ohio, staying here in Pennsylvania, and to so many different places, I have no doubt that all of you will go to do amazing things. The class of 2022 is a powerhouse, and we have all gone through so much, but one thing stays the same. We have gone through this together. On March 13th, our lives changed forever. Our sense of normalcy in 2020 disappeared in the middle of our sophomore year. A mere announcement telling us to retrieve everything from our lockers for a 2-week break turned into a 3-month loss. And as we sat at home, anxious about the future, I'm sure the thought of graduation must have crossed our minds. This brings us back to our 6th grade questions. What conditions would we be graduating under? How would we graduate? Would we even graduate? And although we didn't have those robot teachers or flying cars, we had Zoom, masks, and quarantines. But most importantly, we had each other. I'm grateful to say that our sense of normalcy has almost been restored after 2 long and grueling years, but the lessons we learned will always stay with us. The pandemic, while still occurring, has taught us resilience, courage, strength, perseverance, power, but most importantly, unity. I would like to thank my teachers for always providing their support in every single situation. I truly could not have gotten as far as I did without your help, and you've taught me independence, leadership, motivation, strength, and so much more through your powerful and engaging lessons about not only academics, but our lives as well. To the administration, thank you for supporting us students in any query we had and making it a goal to better West Allegheny as a whole every day. To my friends, thank you for making every day an adventure and never failing to make me laugh, no matter the circumstance. You have made my time here so memorable, and I am eternally grateful to every single one of you. And to my parents and grandparents, thank you for everything. Moving to the United States in the 90s was incredibly brave, and I could not thank you enough. You sacrificed everything in the world for me to make sure I had the best education, best environment, and best future, and I truly could not have done any of this without you. So, I would like you to revisit the quote that I mentioned at the beginning of this speech. 20 years from now, you will be more disappointed by the things that you didn't do than by the ones that you did do. So throw off the bowlines, sail away from safe harbor, and catch the trade winds in your sails. Explore, dream, discover. When we accept our diplomas and throw our caps in a few moments, we go home as graduates. But your journey is far from over. I want you to take that risk, call that person, and book that trip you've been thinking about. Live your life like that obscure cliche you've only dreamed of. And treat your life like a movie, because if it was, it's just starting today. We spent the past 4 years in high school writing the script, and it's finally time to be the star. So, to the class of 2022, I send my best wishes and utmost congratulations to every single one of you. Explore, dream, discover. We did it!
Team! All right. a lot of team members. If this was a stats lesson, imagine the size of the dot plot that we would make. But I don't think they'll let me do that right now. So first, I would like to welcome our staff, board members, administration, families, friends, and loved ones who have come to attend this event. And to all of you students, thank you for providing me with this opportunity to be up here and speak. Little do you know that today means a lot more to me than you're probably imagining right now. We'll get to that later on, though. Congratulations on your biggest high school moment. The goal that you made to graduate is what allowed you to get here today. And it certainly means a lot for everyone to be here with us today and share in this moment. So what is a team? Well, by definition, that is a group of people working towards a common goal. But when I hear team, I actually think about other aspects of that word. Now, to be honest, and this is going to be mind-boggling for you, I'm not the most athletic individual. And I haven't done the most team-based activities. On top of that, thanks to all of you, this is now competing for the longest amount of time that I've ever spent on a football field. So we got that going for us. But I've watched all of you do team things. For example, I remember watching the football team. They were right down there. And I was right over there at the concession stand. Now they were moving that way, so I turned around to obviously do my purchases, make my payment, and when I turned back around, there they were again, in the exact same spot, only they were completely exhausted. Me, also in the exact same spot, felt great. I believe there was nachos involved. A little bit ago, I helped the track team. I was in a tent by the starting line. Again, the runners were all lined up, ready to go. Starter pistol went off, and I heard Olivia Podolsky from behind me. She had a donut. Then I got a little distracted, but by the time we finished the exchange, which I still appreciate the donut, by the way, I looked back and the runners were all back. Same spot, exhausted. Me, same spot, with donut. Now, to be fair, you all did teach me that motion is necessary in some cases. If you remember, we played dodgeball. Austin Buzza, when he threw the first ball, made it very clear that I had to move. However, the lesson wasn't powerful enough because then Aiden Seklik? I never had Aiden in class, but this was our first meeting point. He ended my most athletic experience of the year by wailing me in the face with a dodgeball. But even if we think back to the classroom, think about your first day of senior year and your last day of senior year. Chances are you didn't move too much from what desk you sat in at the beginning to where you ended, especially my classes because I was too lazy to make a second seating chart. But you see, from watching teams, I've learned that sometimes if you look at life as a series of snapshots, it doesn't always look like you move very far. But just like those moments, whether in a sport, on a stage, or in the classroom, looking at where we start versus where we end up doesn't always show what is truly important or how much we've grown. But instead, we discover it when we look at the points between. The perseverance, determination, relationships, and teamwork that happen between the start and the stop. What are the moments and experiences that change who we are? What memories do we make between the points that last with us a lifetime? You see, only focusing on the moment hides something. It hides the experiences that got us to that point, and that is true behind everything. Behind every photo and every memory is a series of experiences shared by the people around you, for better or for worse. Tomorrow you will wake up and see tons of photos posted from graduation, but think about what led to each of those photos. When you take a picture with a friend, think about the moments you've shared together that made sure that you got together to take that photo. Perhaps you've been longtime best friends since kindergarten, or maybe you just made that connection this year. When you see your family, think of the experiences that you've shared together that made you want to be together for this event. And when you look to your left and to your right, think about what you've shared together over the course of your time here. Erica Prolongo asked me a rather odd question that I hadn't stopped thinking about. She asked if it's sad to see everyone around you go and you remain here doing the exact same thing. No, that's right. And it took me a while to think about this, but the reality of this question is exactly what you're experiencing now yourselves. Life is changing around you, and while you continue to live yours, and while sometimes scary and unfamiliar, and it may seem like people are leaving you to go in different directions, it doesn't mean that these parts of your life go away. The experiences you created over these years can't ever be changed, and you won't forget, just like we won't forget you. And for that reason, you never truly go away. You weren't just a student. you are a core part of this team. In these halls, you carried each other through some of the toughest challenges we could have asked you to face. For some of you, it was the pandemic. For others, it was balancing challenging work schedules while doing your academic classes. And for others, just the motivation to keep coming to school when you just felt that you were ready to move on. There were moments of laughter, but there were also moments of sadness that really showed how much we can all pull together and how strong of a team we were. We were together through all of it. And I haven't had all of you in class, but I've gotten to know so many of you just from us being in the halls together. So to answer Erica's question, yes, next year I will teach the same lessons again, and you won't be here. But I can't teach in my purple dress shirt again without remembering Mia Elliott calling me Barney. I will mark on my calendar that the seniors have a zoo trip, but not without thinking when I learned that Jackson Pottle apparently knows every single animal fact under the sun. Or hearing a morning greeting without thinking about Raina Ferry's daily classroom greeting when we would walk into the room. And one day, too, you will have moments that come back to mind from this place that make you smile, wonder how someone's doing, or where they are, or make you even think what decisions you made while you were in here. But don't be afraid if your heart gets a little heavy when you realize that thinking about a memory doesn't quite feel the same as when it was happening in these walls with the people around you. Today marks the beginning of a new start, a new chance to be at the starting line and creating a whole new set of amazing memories that will last with you a lifetime between this point and your next, and possibly with some additional people being added to your team. How many moments between this point and the next are you prepared to make the most of, and not just let pass by because you are focused on another finish line? Life is too short and unpredictable to pass up what makes each day more wonderful than the last, and more often, it comes from not only enjoying the people around you, but the person that you have become as well. Now, at the beginning of this speech, I read 3 sentences that may have sounded good at the time, but re-looking at them, let me offer you a little bit of advice with them. The first one, congratulations on your biggest high school moment. Don't get me wrong, this is a big moment, but this is where you officially crossed the finish line. The reality is that every step that you've taken and every experience you had to get to this point was equally important. Every step was a memory, a win, or even sometimes a loss that made you into the person you are sitting here today. It's the steps that we take to get us to the finish line, not just thinking about it or finally making the cross. The second one, and probably the biggest, the goal that you made to graduate is what got you here today. I believe that this couldn't be further from the truth. And this is the reason why I like the concept of a team, is we're not focusing on the win, focus on what's happening in the present. You see, when 2 teams arrive onto the field, neither has the goal to lose, yet someone does. So if successful and unsuccessful teams and people share the same goal, then it can't be the goal that differentiates the winners from the losers. So what does? It's the actions they take in each step and what they make of each moment that determine the final outcome. And looking at this group, I think we can all agree that we had some pretty amazing moments over your time here together. The third one, it certainly means a lot for everyone to be with us today. This is a good line. Take a look around this stadium tonight. Look at the stands at those looking back at you. For some of these members of the stadium, whether in the stands or on the football field tonight, you make up each other's greatest experience of all. That is your team that has been with you the longest and will continue cheering the loudest wherever you move off to next. Now, I told you that this night meant a lot to me, and you choosing me meant something more than just a speech. So as a closing idea of this idea of not appearing to have moved far, think about where you will be in exactly 10 years from now. And I'm sure that there's a lot that's going to be going through your head. Well, exactly 10 years ago, I sat where you sat, at a West Allegheny High School 2012 graduation. There can't be more than 100 feet of difference between where I stood then and where I'm standing now. But I can tell you what I didn't have 10 years ago that's made all of the difference. You. You see, people spend a lifetime waiting for their moment to make an impact, but you don't have to. You've already shown that you can do it by the impact that you've made on myself and the people around you tonight. Just remember to try to always do what is best for your team. Respect each other, love each other, and care for one another. Today you are graduating, but wherever you go, you will always be a part of this team. Congratulations, class of 2022.
Thank you, Mr. McBurney. We are grateful you are on the West A team. I am Cheryl McCone, high school principal.
And I am Jerry Lynn Lippert, superintendent.
Before you leave the stage, please join us for our traditional senior class selfie.
Come over here. Get a countdown? Seniors, we are so honored to be here tonight to celebrate you and your accomplishments.
In celebrating you, we would also like to recognize your parents, families, teachers, and all of the important individuals who have helped you reach this impressive milestone. Seniors, please join us in a round of applause for all that they have done to help you get here.
The class of 2022 has had 3 out of their 4 years in high school impacted by the pandemic, demonstrating their incredible resiliency and tenacity.
And they have led the way with grace, courage, and perseverance, never giving up.
Staff and families, I'm going to ask you to please join me in a round of applause to recognize their efforts. We hear that. Thank you. When asked to share a few words to describe this class, your teachers felt that you demonstrated grit and a whatever-it-takes attitude, as well as
Unity, creativity, innovation, and academic prowess. Fittingly, the senior quote from Martin Luther King Jr. inscribed on our Indian Pride totem pole reads, out of a mountain of despair, a stone of hope.
That's Indian Pride, for those of you that don't know. How appropriate. We had the great pleasure of celebrating this very special class during our annual senior celebration and Declaration Day yesterday, which included many moving moments.
Including a celebration of your future plans, one last West A Sweet Caroline tribute from our Marching Pride, our middle and elementary students enthusiastically celebrating you, and the car parade.
Let's take a few look at the highlights of the day.
When you wake up in the morning and you're shadowed by the darkness of the night. When you wake up in the morning, darling, I'll be by your side. When you get a little lonely and you lose your rhythm, don't give up the fight. When you wake up in the morning, darling, I'll be by your side.
What amazing memories. In celebrating this class academically, we have 181 graduates attending four-year colleges, 32 attending two-year colleges, 16 attending technical colleges, 4 entering union trade schools, and many will become valuable members of the workforce.
We also have 6 students enlisting in the military or attending collegiate military programs. Students, please stand to be recognized for your future service to our country. Also, impressively, this class has earned over $6 million in scholarships.
Our seniors have accrued nearly 3,700 college-eligible credits by taking over 1,100 early college and high school courses, either through our partnerships with Robert Morris University, Community College of Allegheny County, or Pittsburgh Technical College.
The class of 2022 is the second graduating class to earn college certificates and associate degrees at the same time they are being awarded their high school diplomas.
How incredible is it that we have 26 students earning a total of 32 college accreditations?
Our students earning associate degrees and college certificates, would you please stand and be recognized?
This class also celebrates 2 students recognized through the National Merit Scholarship Competition for their exceptional academic performance.
Over the course of their 4 years, our seniors have completed over 840 advanced placement exams.
36 students earned the Notable College Board recognition of Advanced Placement Scholar in their junior year, with 6 students designated with honors and 7 students designated with distinction.
We also have 3 students who have earned the prestigious AP Capstone Diploma, with 5 others eligible for the diploma pending their scores from this year's assessments.
We have 189 students ending their high school career with a 3.0 GPA or higher. 35 students earned cum laude designation. 47 students earned magna cum laude designation, and 107 students earned summa cum laude with a 4.0 GPA or higher.
Our students also excelled at Parkway Career and Technology Center, with 33 seniors earning an impressive 81 industry certifications and accumulating numerous college-eligible credits.
One of our Parkway seniors took first place in the Skills USA competition this year, and another went straight to the state level of competition. 5 of our Parkway seniors are members of the National Technical Honor Society.
We've heard this word before, but the class of 2022 has established itself as an academic powerhouse.
Yes, they have. This class has set a high bar for academic excellence for other classes to follow.
In arts education, our seniors contributed to being recognized by the National Association of Music Merchants for the 5th consecutive year as one of the best communities in music education.
Our seniors also contributed to our art department being named once again an outstanding visual arts community by the Pennsylvania Art Educator Association as one of only 27 in the state and the only one in Allegheny County.
Since joining the musical cast in 8th grade, our seniors have earned a total of 21 Gene Kelly Award nominations, including 3 Best Musical nominations for Legally Blonde, The Addams Family, and The Drowsy Chaperone. They brought home the Kelly Awards for Best Vocal Ensemble for The Addams Family and the Best Dance Ensemble for this year's Legally Blonde, the musical.
While other school districts are experiencing reduced numbers in their marching bands, West Allegheny reached our largest number of members in school history. Our marching band and show choir were invited to perform at Walt Disney World.
We had 2 seniors selected into the Pennsylvania Music Educator Association's District 1 band. We had 12 seniors. They were selected to participate in the Western Allegheny County Area Honors Band.
This year's senior class was also quite accomplished in the visual arts, earning 18 of the 26 Scholastic Art and Writing Awards. 2 seniors were selected for the Youth Art Month show held by the Pennsylvania Art Education Association, one of whom won the best sculpture in the state of Pennsylvania.
Thank you. In athletics, this senior class has contributed to the tradition of athletic excellence with more than 20 student athletes planning to play collegiate sports and receiving athletic scholarships.
Throughout their 4 years, this class has earned numerous MAC championships and incredible 12-section titles, including the first section championship in girls soccer in West Allegheny's school history.
As freshmen, you were part of making history with the first state title for the first state title for boys soccer in 2018. It's a state title. This senior class participated in 4 WPIAL championship games throughout their 4 years.
Last night, this senior class also brought home the WPIAL championship in boys baseball. We wish them the best of luck in the state playoffs starting on Monday, June 6th.
And in club sports, the gymnastics team earned the PA Classic Championship state title, and our senior class also competed in the inaugural seasons of both girls rugby and flag football.
Audience, please join us in another round of applause to recognize the outstanding academic, arts education, and athletic accomplishments of this amazing senior class.
It was our honor educating, supporting, and knowing you.
It is time to share the 2022 graduation video that your teachers, coaches, and club sponsors created.
All those times we had, they left a mark. And I know life goes on, but I miss you in the dark. Days turn to years, turn to stories we tell about all of the good times and times that were hell when we were young, we were broke, we were chasing a fire and watching it turn to smoke, and some of us just let go. You got lost, had enough.
On behalf of Sergeant Major and I, congratulations on the job well done.
I share in the Master Sergeant's pride in wishing the class of 2022 a hearty and well-earned and deserved congratulations on your accomplishments. Always remember, be prepared to train, be prepared to fight, always be prepared to win for whatever it is your heart desires or you hold sacred. We wish you fair winds and following seas. Semper Fidelis, good luck. Attention, hand salute, ready to. Hoorah!
Congratulations, class of 2022.
Class of 2022, we wanted to congratulate you. We think you're really super, like superheroes. Good luck in the future. Thanks, all. See you, Tony.
What they want, what they need. I will never lose, I'm a beast. If you want it.
Sometimes in life, you will face changes which will be scary.
There may be obstacles along the way.
And you may even stumble and fall.
However, you should always continue to dream big.
Push!
With enough determination and hard work, there isn't anything you cannot accomplish.
live a life that's filled with stories to be told. I'll make it through the darkness and make sure I'm coming home. Even if I'm walking all alone, I'm always coming home. I'm always coming home. My father told me it's a beautiful life, so make sure you always open up your eyes to all the adventures. Go against the tide. Before you know it, you'll be running out of time. You should fight for who you wanna be. Don't look back on what it could have been. You'll find it. You'll find it. You can make your way across the sea. Find your places you ain't never been. Now I believe. Now I believe. I'll live a life that's filled with stories to be told. I'll make it through the darkness and make sure I'm coming home. Even if I'm walking all alone, I'm always coming home. I'm always coming home. I'm always coming home.
From the BCIT department,
In the Health and Phys Ed department. Congratulations, seniors. You rock.
We're not gonna take it. No, we ain't gonna take it. We're not gonna take it anymore. We've got the right to choose it. There ain't no way we'll lose it. This is our life. This is our song. We're right, yeah. We're free, yeah. We'll fight, yeah. We'll sing, yeah. We're not gonna take it. No, we ain't gonna take it. We're not gonna take it anymore. Just to try and make us. We're not gonna take it. Come on, we ain't gonna take it.
Into the thick of it, into the thick of it, into the thick of it. Ugh. We're tramping through the bush, on and on we push. Into the thick of it, but we can't see where we're going. We've made a stellar start to find the junk.
Congratulations. 'Cause you'll be in my heart. Yes, you'll be in my heart. From this day on, now and forevermore. You'll be in my heart. No matter what they say.
This is Jeopardy! Today's contestants are social studies teachers from Imperial, Pennsylvania. And now, here is the host of Jeopardy, Chris Becky.
Thank you, Johnny. Our categories for today's game include perseverance in education, grade point averages, and college and career readiness. Our returning champion for today is Dan Prevade, so please, Dan, select the category.
I'll take career and college readiness for 200, Chris.
This group is career and college ready, having worked through challenging times.
Who is the class of 2022? I'll take grade point averages for 400.
74% of this class earned a GPA of 3.0 or higher during the school year.
Who is the class of 2022? May I please have perseverance in education for 1,000, Chris?
This West Allegheny class spent 3 of their 4 high school years dealing with the pandemic. I'm sorry, but the answer to the last question is once again, who is the class of 2022? Boy, it sure sounds like the class of 2022 has a lot to offer, and we wish them nothing but the best.
Congratulations, class of 2022.
Sometimes I think that I'm a dreamer, the one that's standing all alone. And sometimes it feels like it's forever since I've truly felt it all. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do to feel like freedom's mine? What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do to feel like freedom's mine? Oh, live like I never have. Live life through the good and bad. Like I never have. Live life through the good and bad. Yeah, I'm gonna live life. Some nights I stay up staring at the stars, wondering how far it goes. I know this life is all I am. Well, that's what I've been told. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Will you go where I go? The time is now, not when. I'm reaching for your hand. Will you go where I go? Live life like I never have. Live life through the good and bad. Live life like I never have.
Are they gone yet? The last bus just left campus.
I've been looking forward to this all week.
Okay, here we go. We got a little Mario Kart action here today. We got the district office versus the high school office. In the district office, we got Lippert, we got Adams, we got Nelson, and you can't see him, but we got Shattuck as in Cabo. Now the high school, you got McComb, you got Taylor, you got Baldanzi, you got Roach. Let's get it on.
You know, the more we play Mario Kart, the more it reminds me of our class of 2022.
An oversized dragon and a big-headed toad remind you of our seniors?
Well, maybe not the characters, but the race.
I can see it. It's like shortcuts. They don't always get you where you're going faster.
Like when you start prepared, you get that extra boost.
And if you get knocked off course, perseverance will help you reach the finish line.
But watch out for the red turtle shells. Overcoming obstacles builds character.
Like a star, be a positive light to yourself and others.
And just like the boomerangs, always remember where you came from and be West A proud.
Keep the finish line in sight and don't stop unless you accomplish your goals.
And I think the blue shells can teach us that victory is not always guaranteed. If at first you don't succeed, try again.
And that class of 2022 from West Allegheny is a message from your high school administrative team and your district administrative team. We all want to wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors. We love you. We're going to miss you. Have great lives, do great things, because we know you're ready for that.
Congratulations, seniors. We'll miss you.
Really?
Let's split.
You're 22 minutes late. You owe me a chocolate chip cookie.
It feels like a perfect night to dress up like hipsters and make fun of our exes. It feels like a perfect night for breakfast at midnight to fall in love with strangers.
Now, Taylor, just because you're famous doesn't mean you can get out of doing your senior exit survey. I really need the information.
Same time, it's miserable and magical.
Taylor, you can't graduate until you pay your bills. It's 2022.
Forget about the deadlines. It's time.
I'm a little concerned your blood pressure is 20 over 22.
You finished the race and your time was 20:22.
Yeah, Taylor!
Congratulations, class of 2022. I love you.
I love you too.
I find my way through the darkness. I battle hard, that's how I'm made. And I may not heal from all these bruises, but I'll be better off this way. So it rushes in like a wall of water. Things tend to change when you don't wanna be afraid. When the pain falls on you, let it wash away all of the pain on your shoulders. You gotta take it day by day. Keep moving forward no matter what they say. And when the thieves try to steal your faith, keep pushing through them, 'cause there ain't no other way. If you wanna get stronger, don't beg, no, don't beg, stronger, stronger. No, don't beg, no, don't beg, stronger, stronger. No, don't beg, no, don't beg, stronger, stronger. Gotta take it day by day. If you wanna get stronger, don't beg, no, don't beg, stronger, stronger. No, don't beg, no, don't beg, stronger, stronger. No, don't beg, no, don't beg, stronger, stronger. Gotta take it day by day. If you wanna get stronger. I've been on the brink of broken, stripped in my shadow on the floor, but like the broken bones inside my body, I'll be stronger than before. You gotta take it day by day. Keep moving forward no matter what they say. And when the thieves try to steal your faith, keep pushing through them, 'cause there ain't no other way. If you wanna get stronger, don't beg, no, don't beg, stronger, stronger. No, don't beg, no, don't beg, stronger, stronger.
All right, Math Department, I've had enough of this. It is time that we step up and get this graduation video right.
I don't know. Why don't we just make another music video?
You know what, guys? We gotta get serious about this. We gotta lock ourselves in this room until we get this right. So many years we've had a lousy video. We gotta do better.
Oh, photo mouth. I'm on it.
All right. That doesn't look like the answer. It just says math video.
We know life's not going to be easy, but we promise you hard work will be worth it in the end.
We know that you have the skills to solve the problems that come your way, and we have every confidence in your abilities.
When you're trying to solve all of life's problems, you just can't use photo math.
Congratulations, class of 2022.
And that sound means time seems to be a little short. I'll give the wheel a final spin. Ask you to give me a letter. Puzzle it. 3 seconds to solve it. Vowels worth nothing. Consonants worth something. Wow.
I'd like to solve a puzzle. Seniors are the boat.
I would like to solve the puzzle. Seniors are the coat.
I'd like to solve. Seniors are the moat.
Oh, I know it. I'd like to solve. Seniors are the goat.
Congrats and good luck, seniors.
From the Performing Arts Department,
To the seniors, class of 2022.
It's time to celebrate.
It's a celebration. Celebrate good times, come on. Let's celebrate. Yeah, yeah. Celebration. We gonna celebrate
What's up?
Oh, hey. So one of the things that I've been talking about with other art teachers a lot lately is just, you know, the way to be a better teacher is to really understand our students more, you know.
Like what?
Well, their habits, their culture, what they're interested in, really just like better understanding their generation. I say we try that Snapchat.
What do we have to do?
Well, every 5 minutes, and you send them to everyone, all the time, every day.
We could do that.
Yeah.
What is this?
Lee brought these home from work. The kids love it.
Sweet. Let's do it.
You should.
I'm fighting this dragon.
Short, I'm in the freaking lube.
I'm on a cliff. I'm gonna fall. Kids take their earbuds, they put them in the ear, no music playing, and they just walk through the halls and they ignore everybody.
Well, that's my new favorite thing.
Let's do it. Hey, Short. Shop. Hey guys, how's your day going? Short. Shop.
Hey, a kid just said bet to me.
I think that means okay.
Oh, all right.
I think it means okay. Like I have a guy that always says, "No cap," which means like I'm not lying. I'm telling the truth. Dude, my girls do this all the time. It's called TikTok.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
Listen, class of 2022, don't try to be something you're not.
Regardless of what's trendy, always try to be original and be yourself.
And more importantly, just follow your passion in life.
We're proud of you, class of 2022.
Yeah. No cap.
Time it did what it does and turn what you had to rust. But wherever you are, understand me. You will love.
All right, Dr. McCone, and School Board President Ostrander, by the authority vested in my office by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania and the West Allegheny School Board of Directors, as a commissioned officer of the state of Pennsylvania and the superintendent of schools, I verify that the class of 2022 has obtained the graduation requirements and are now prepared to receive their diplomas. It is with great pride that I present to you the class of 2022.
Dr. Roach, please come to the podium to read the names of our graduating seniors.
Emily Rose Saggio, summa cum laude. Aubrey Ann Page, summa cum laude. Zura Amadi, magna cum laude. Bassam Ahmed, summa cum laude, distinguished honors. Bahadir Alaberganov, summa cum laude. Olivia Elizabeth Almaty, summa cum laude. Keegan Amos, cum laude. Alyssa Grace Andelmo, summa cum laude. Michael Walter Antos. Caroline Marie Bukowski, magna cum laude. Sydney Nicole Balkovitz, summa cum laude. May Barker, summa cum laude. Braden Bates. Cross Bates. James Beard. Ryan Andrew Beck. Brian Keith Bell. Matthew David Bernard. Scott Billivis, magna cum laude. Haley Lynn Bittinger. Jake Nolan Blankowski, magna cum laude. Dean Bowden, magna cum laude. Gia Umesh Vaidya, summa cum laude, distinguished honors. Jonathan Nick Dragizic, summa cum laude. Michael Bordeaux, cum laude. Clay Matthew Bovalina, summa cum laude. Mason Boyd, cum laude. Christian Thomas Brady, summa cum laude. Emily Brown. Parker Brown, summa cum laude. Anthony Bruno. Samantha Jo Bukowitz, summa cum laude. Callie Ann Burke, summa cum laude. Alexander Burns. Connor Callahan, summa cum laude. Luke David Campbell, summa cum laude, distinguished honors. Nico Antonio Carabia. Zach Carter. Ella Elizabeth Chandler, summa cum laude, distinguished honors. Angela Cromack Brown. Antasia Ariana Claiborne. Nick John Colella. Sky College McDade. Elizabeth June Conforti, summa cum laude. Joseph Alexander Kosnick, cum laude. Alyssa Catherine Croco, summa cum laude. Anaya Crow. Mikey Crow, summa cum laude, distinguished honors. Logan Scott Cunningham, cum laude. Jenna Curran. Gianna Elizabeth Curti. Tyler Duramo, summa cum laude. Luke Dale, summa cum laude, distinguished honors. Connor James Delegard, summa cum laude, distinguished honors. Mark Dana, summa cum laude. Cameron Davis, summa cum laude, distinguished honors. Ryan Christopher Davis, magna cum laude. Mason Day, summa cum laude. Trevor Day, magna cum laude. Mara Gabrielle DeVore, summa cum laude. Valerie DeRosa. Emily Dorosky, magna cum laude. Willard John Douglas, summa cum laude, distinguished honors. Grace Catherine Drinkhall, magna cum laude. Daniel Dumoret. Piper Shea Duncan. Sophia Elizabeth Eager, summa cum laude. Abigail Mary Rose Elliott. Mia Danielle Elliott. Sean Emmett, cum laude. Jackson Irvin, summa cum laude, distinguished honors. Francis William Etzel IV, magna cum laude. Eliza Olson Evans, summa cum laude, distinguished honors. Rocco Forelli, summa cum laude. Christina Nicole Fatigati, summa cum laude. Nicholas Albert Falk. Braden Fayad, summa cum laude. Raina Catherine Ferry, summa cum laude. Santino Fischio, magna cum laude. Andrew Deegan, cum laude. Jack Foth. Aiden James Regis Freed, summa cum laude. Brady Walker Gardner, summa cum laude. Allison Marie Gass, summa cum laude, distinguished honors. Emma Taylor Gatchell, cum laude. August Rose Gates, summa cum laude, distinguished honors. Alexander Louis Geisler, magna cum laude. Jared Allen Gola, summa cum laude. Samantha Jane Goldstrom, summa cum laude. Nathan Gronstadt. Nathan Gunderson, summa cum laude, distinguished honors. Brian Damian Hanna. Markia Keon Hatcher. Maurice Hawkins, cum laude. Evan Joseph Heil, magna cum laude. Ryan Michael Herman, summa cum laude. Haley Grace Holbrook, magna cum laude. J.T. Hollyfield, magna cum laude. Caitlin Marie Horick. Eric Relic, summa cum laude. Jalen Alexis Hunt. Richard Hury, magna cum laude. Zion Inks, cum laude. Caitlin Bell Jakelski, magna cum laude. Josh Stephen Jancy. Mackenzie Rose Johnson, summa cum laude. Ariana Justice Kircher. Gavin David Canish, summa cum laude. Jaden Xavier Casca, summa cum laude. Mario Alexander Ketter, magna cum laude. Ashton Scott Kilborn, summa cum laude, distinguished honors. Julian David King, summa cum laude, distinguished honors. Evan Kloss, cum laude. Gary Michael Klubchar III, summa cum laude. Brant Kopek, magna cum laude. Brett Robert Cott, summa cum laude, distinguished honors. Ava Lynn Krall, summa cum laude. Anastasia Marie Koulis, summa cum laude. Joshua Kuna, magna cum laude. CJ Leidy, summa cum laude. Kyle Clark Lewis. Alex Lisoto, summa cum laude. Madison Emily Lucas, summa cum laude. Charlotte Mayer Monroe. Rachel Susan Mamula, summa cum laude. Sierra Angela Mangan, summa cum laude. Luke Anthony Mangieri, magna cum laude. Mason Marchinsky, summa cum laude. Anthony John Marin, summa cum laude. Colin Marin-Petro, magna cum laude. Isabella Rose Marsh, summa cum laude. Ronald Stephen Matthews, summa cum laude. Julian Matichewski, summa cum laude. Hannah Victoria Mavrich. Caitley McCloskey, cum laude. Bailey McCoy, cum laude. Mallory Helen McElhaney, summa cum laude, distinguished honors. Hunter McCone, magna cum laude. Bryn E. McKenna, cum laude. Braden Anthony Medved, cum laude. Richard Meehan. Sarah Maria Metz. Dakota John Miller. Faith Tristan Miller, cum laude. Gavin Miller, summa cum laude. Nick Owen Mimna, cum laude. Alexa Paige Misselwitz, summa cum laude. Christian Moore, cum laude. Ethan Matthew Morgan, summa cum laude. Christopher Paul Morrison, summa cum laude, distinguished honors, perfect attendance. Sarah Macesso, magna cum laude. Dylan James Murray, cum laude. Alexis Veronica Nagy. David Robert Neal. Jacob Nemec, summa cum laude, distinguished honors. Nathan Nolan, magna cum laude. Olivia Nicole Norris, summa cum laude. Aiden Michael O'Toole. Adelina Ober, magna cum laude. Owen Gabriel Os. Jacob Packer, summa cum laude, distinguished honors. Avery Michael Columbia, magna cum laude. Hannah Faith Parrish, summa cum laude. Anthony Joseph Pass, summa cum laude. Anthony Patitucci, cum laude. Dana Louise Pavlica, magna cum laude. Olivia Kate Padaki, summa cum laude. Anthony Angelo Pepe, summa cum laude. Alexandra Marie Perry, summa cum laude. Alexia Joy Petito, magna cum laude. Madison Grace Peakey, summa cum laude. Morgan Ray Peakey, summa cum laude. Jackson Joseph Pottle, summa cum laude, distinguished honors. Luke Potts. Jordan Powers. Brandon Pressler. Nathan Joseph Pursuti, summa cum laude. McKenna Marie Pretty, summa cum laude. Haley Jean Pritchett, magna cum laude. Erica Veronica Prolago, summa cum laude. Julia Gabriela Prolago, summa cum laude. Logan Joseph Pruce, summa cum laude. Gus George Pizarros, magna cum laude. Ava Danny Passover, summa cum laude, distinguished honors. Matthew Joseph Passover III, summa cum laude, distinguished honors. Anthony Robert Ranieri, magna cum laude. Colin Alexander Ricolta, summa cum laude. Luke Thomas Reddington, summa cum laude. Reagan Richards, summa cum laude. Dakota James Rideout, magna cum laude. Madison Regina Reeker, magna cum laude. Savannah Barbara Roberts. Shanna Nicole Rogers. Tyler Edwin Rosborough, summa cum laude. Jacob Rose, cum laude. Samantha Ann Rossman, summa cum laude. Reagan Ruddick, magna cum laude. Alexis Regani, magna cum laude. Kellen Samuel Rupnick. Natasha Scalise. Connor Shutt, cum laude. Madison Elizabeth Shade, summa cum laude. Madeline Schiavo, cum laude. Paige Elizabeth Schmidt, summa cum laude. Jacob Michael Schulz. Logan Stephen Schroth. Juliana May Scholler, summa cum laude. Nicholas Seaman, magna cum laude. Aiden Philip Sekelic, summa cum laude, perfect attendance. Troy Hunter Selman, cum laude. Jillian Shaughnessy. Parker Schaup, summa cum laude. Sarah Ann Slovic. Leah Smith, magna cum laude. Anthony Michael Snyder, summa cum laude. Caitlin Ann Snyder. Max Stakely, magna cum laude. Jacob Christopher Stang, cum laude. Isaac Ellis Stevens. Leah Nadine Stern, magna cum laude. Leah Michelle Stutzman, summa cum laude. Shannon Sullivan, cum laude. Drake Tejas. Kylie J. Thompson, magna cum laude. Gracie K. Timko. Nathan Thomas Toner, cum laude. Alyssa Dawn Vadimo, summa cum laude, distinguished honors. Demarian Rashad Benson. Congratulations. Porter Douglas Venuti, summa cum laude, distinguished honors. Andrew Peter Vislowski, cum laude. Daniel Wagner. Kylie Elizabeth Wagner, magna cum laude. Lane Walls, cum laude. William John Watts IV. Mario Andrew Joseph Weichel, cum laude. Walter Alexander Wickline, cum laude. Sean Zacharias Williams. Tiana Renee Camilla Wilson, cum laude. Taylor Renee Wilshire, summa cum laude, distinguished honors. Molly Ann Wolf, summa cum laude. Tyler Wozniak. John Yarowenko. Gianna Yellick. Devin Joseph Zyrus, summa cum laude. Shannon Neal, summa cum laude. Jui Sanjay Kumar Patel, summa cum laude. Alexa Catherine Bear, magna cum laude. Octavian Banks. Austin Matthew Buzza, summa cum laude. Declan March. Zachary Pike. Nicholas Stephen Waters. Sydney Joe Waters, magna cum laude. Amelia Claire Wheatley, magna cum laude. Keely Fazio. Court May Gordon.